morning, welcome to a new vlog, still at Padley Gorge. And you can probably see, if you saw the previous vlog, things are really starting to change now. The structure of the trees is becoming more prominent. We are losing that colour very quickly. It was just a few days ago that I was here. When we've had a bit of wind, nothing too bad, bit of rain. We always get rain. As you can see, it's really changing. But as soon as I came in again, composition to be had. Currently I'm working on one that you will have seen before, and I'll put that up now. And this was taken last year when I managed to catch the woodland in full colour, and I called this picture Embrace, square format. Same scene, just going to do it a little bit differently. I won't run all the way through this, except to say I wanted to do a wider shot of it, and I've done a few scenes around here. I'll put them all up if I think they're good enough, but certainly this one I think is going to work, and I'll just give you a teaser. I would imagine just from this video you can see that's going to be really nice. The way these, oh god, trying to do this reverse is difficult. The way these two cross over each other, and then this larger tree leaning over. There's still a few little dapples of colour on there till you reach the end, and it arches over those embracing trees from this angle. And then I've also seen that further down, there you go, there's some nice colour down there. I think there's a bit more, you can't see it on this, but there is a bit more further down on the bank, so I'm going to investigate that shortly. And yeah, hopefully there's still going to be some good shots to be had. Come along, come and visit, come and see Padley Gorge towards the end of its colour. The brook is raging again, lots of rain, so we may get a few shots there. See you in a bit. Still with this particular set of trees, I've come at a slightly different angle to catch the colour that's down there, and of course the different shape in the tree, but I'm kind of hampered. There's a strong tree right next to it, and also one right next to me, which means I'm limited on how. Let me try and show you how I can back up. So if I come here, you can see I've got that there and that there, so that really hurts the angle. I've got the 7200 on because it pleases me to use this lens. That's all you need to know. In fact, it's because it does great work with the background. So to move angle, I'm going to have to move the camera right against this tree here, and you can see it's going to be difficult because we don't want, all right, so make sure the damn thing doesn't fall over. This is still problematic, but the further that way I go, the more chance I've got of losing the shape I'm after. And just maybe just cut this tree down, I don't know. This is a interesting one that I think because of the way the nature, the form of the trees change during the seasons, of course, sometimes you'll find that there's just the right time to take a photo of a tree. So for example, this one, when it was full of leaves in the summer, there's no shot there. As the autumn came on, yeah, it started to change, but it was just a mass of leaves, and whilst it was very pretty, it was only pretty as a background to other stuff. But now that it's lost a lot of leaves, you've got all the contrast. Got those spaces between the leaves. Now I have got a problem with a pudding factor of about 3 sky. There is cloud up there, but the sun's coming up that way, so it's quite bright. I could bracket, but I'm not going to. Notoriously lazy, as you know. So instead I'm just going to use the 7200 to get in to the exciting part of the tree. It's tall enough, you know what it is, you're not going to mistake it for some marsupial. So yeah, I'm going to ignore that bright bit at the top, and I'm just going to focus on this. And I think that alone, especially as the light is, it's not super backlit, but it's getting there. It's trying to be backlit, and we can pretend that that's the case, and I'll have a fantastic shot. So I'll put that up now. It's going to be perfect here, because I'm going to reach into that distance, reach into that scene. You've got the framing colours of the trees there, and then the snaking brook terminates quite dark at the end. That's fine, we're not interested in that. That gives us some closure. There's some interesting shaped trees on the way as well. We're not too worried about, we don't want to get all these rocks in. We want to try and avoid them if possible, which is why I want that reach to make sure we don't focus on the stuff at the front. The sun has started to backlight all of the trees in the distance there, and it's really making the colours radiate. And this is what you've got to watch out for when these sudden beams of light get in there and just illuminate an area that otherwise might have been pretty dull. So now I've got to try and, I'm going to have to get a bit closer. I'm only working with 2 lenses today, and my workhorse, my 24-105, is of course poorly. 50 mils on its way, but that's a different story. So right now I'm actually still working with the 7200 for this, and hopefully I'm going to get results. But there's that line, that wall of colour at the back. That's what I'm going for. I just spotted this. Not sure if it'll work. Let's just try and find it. May not be as obvious on video, but if you see these 2 trees here, and the way they reach up now, the sun is coming out, but the light is kind of just dropping down on it. I'm gonna have to be quick, but it's just at the top the light's dropping. I think it looks quite mystical, so I'm gonna run back. It's glistening a bit as well because it's wet, so I'm not putting the polarizer on. And it's gonna be a portrait shot. I've got to go and do it now, and we'll talk in a sec. I'm hoping the last one works. I found another one of those. This really cool ancient tree, and the light's just coming down. Gonna give it a go. Might be doing a few of these. About the iPhone is that even as I'm walking up hills, or like this bit I've just come from the brook down there, if I spot something, I can just grab the iPhone, click, got it. Really, really good. It's a really useful tool. Taking quite a few avenue shots. Just want to say again, I'm not using a polarizer. I want the gleam. I want it to reflect up against the light that's coming down in it to give it that mystical look without having to cheat that through Lightroom. I won't know if this is worked till I get home, of course, but from what I've seen on the back of the camera, it looks good. I've done a few iPhone shots as well and have achieved a similar effect. So why wouldn't you shoot it? Just because there's no mist? I don't know. I think there's shots here. Jesus, just took a quite a hectic climb down to the side of the truck for a scene that, in all honesty, looked better from up there. Might be able to do something with this. This is quite a strong rock here, not so sure about that, especially when there's that big ass boulder in the middle. But there's leaves on the rocks. That I didn't put them there for once. Leaves on the rocks. Nice bit of motion, good bit of energy there, and sort of continues, the energy continues down here, so maybe get something with that in. It could be nice. And then there is lots of colour in the leaves across the bank. So I'm going to scout around this area and see what I can come up with. So I've been working with mostly the 7200. It's been fine, but there's been a few times when I've really missed having the 50mm with the 1.4, just to get those isolated shots of interesting scenes. Then there's just the workhorse, the 24-105. Really missing that gap that I've got between the 1535 and the 7200. You really feel it, I think, in my landscape stuff in Woodland. But what a morning I've had. Once again, this place never fails to give me shots, and it's just a really serene and wonderful environment to walk through. I'm going to call it now, because I do think it's going to cloud over, and I'm supposed to be at work as well. So I'm going to pack up, get myself back to sunny Stoke-on-Trent, and then hopefully there'll probably be one more Padley video to come. I think. I don't think we're going to see much of the colour beyond another week. That makes it work for autumn photography, let's say. Maybe winter stuff, you know. And I've got a couple of other woodlands I want to visit before then as well. So, you know, I can't just park my arse here for the rest of the year. So, thanks for dropping by. I do hope you've enjoyed the shots, the iPhone stuff, of course the R5 producing the goods, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.